make an announcement? I have to call Samantha. Can you make an announcement? Thank you. Bye-bye. She's getting it. Okay. We're live? Oh, hi guys! So I wanted to start with this song, but they're calling me, and everybody's making sure that we are live and we're logged in. But I don't know if you can hear it. See? It's Monday. I know it's Monday. Last week. Woo-hoo! So we have made it to our last week before we go on a much needed break. So I know that students are ready for a break, teachers are ready for a break, all of your administrators are ready for a break. But yes, we're almost there. And today I am missing my partner. He is not here today, but it's okay because we still have good information to let you all learn about with our SEL.
Bedtime teachers, at this time, can you please have your students log into the SEL Live? Thank you.
So we are waiting. You're good, you're good. We're just waiting for teachers to log in. So we are live, and that's what happens when we go live. And it's okay because it's Monday. We have allergies, but it's okay because we're here. But we can go ahead and click on the next one. So today we are September 23rd of 2024. Remember that this is our last week of September and our competency is social awareness. This was supposed to be last week's topic, but it's okay because we can just touch base on it today, and that is diversity appreciation. I know that last week we couldn't go live with you all because we had our grandparents join us for Loteria, and that was super, super fun. So thank you all who joined us last week. But today we will be talking about diversity appreciation, and the quote of the week that Mr. Esparza selected is, when we listen and celebrate what is both common and different, we become wiser, we become more inclusive, and a better organization. And so that definitely does reflect us at Clint Junior High. Guys, we're all different. We all come from different backgrounds, different families, different stories. But it's super important that we really take the time to look at what it says right here. When we listen and celebrate. So I know that sometimes it's a little hard for us to see the way others think because that's not how we were raised, or maybe that's not the same point of view that we have or the same interest, but it's super, super important that we all are open-minded and we accept each other for who we are. So really good quote that Mr. Esparza selected for this week. And because we're reaching up, it's almost the end of September. Remember that we do have this on our Clint ISD banner because it is super important that we talk about National Suicide Prevention Month. And because we won't see most of our cups next week, I do have some very, very important information based on this topic. I know that some of us have just heard of the word suicide. Others, we have been touched by suicide. So maybe we have family members, friends, neighbors, colleagues, and it's very important that we do talk a little bit about this topic. So Mr. Salazar, can we go on to the next slide? So because we're reaching to the end of the month, it is super, super important that our cubs know that there is warning signs whenever someone is not okay. I do know that Mr. Esparza and I went into classes to talk about David's Law, and we talked about what happened to David. And so David did die by suicide, and so there are warning signs. I do know that my sixth graders told me about an eighth grade student from Mississippi who also died by suicide. So there's warning signs whenever someone is not okay, that they're very important that we become aware. So whenever you notice that someone is withdrawing, or maybe they're feeling isolated, they kind of want to be by themselves. Another warning sign is whenever someone is expressing feelings of just not feeling hope, that's hopelessness or no reason to live. Maybe someone is talking or engaging in activities that are not healthy, not part of their healthy coping skills. So maybe they have an increased use of alcohol or substance use, like drugs. Maybe students or adults, maybe neighbors, family members are talking about being a burden to others. Here at Clint ISD, there's the security websites that monitor students and their searches. So whenever we see a student searching for information about methods of suicide, we do get an alert. So students, it's super, super important that whenever you're making a search or whenever you're spelling, you just keep that in mind, because we will check in on you. And teachers, if you have a project coming up, or if you know that students are going to be researching a certain topic, it would be just FYI, can you let us know, either Mr. Esparza, myself, or one of our administrators, because we do check in on our students, but sometimes we get a lot of alerts, and it's because they're working on a research project or something where they need this information. Just let us know so we know what's up. Another warning sign is whenever a person is giving away their most valuable possessions. It's like, hey, why are you getting rid of something that's very important to you? And last but not least, whenever you have someone talking about or wishing to harm themselves, these are all warning signs. So how can we help? How can you help? Remember that this is not for students, but also adults. You can follow the Alliance way. You can be responsible by knowing and recognizing the warning signs when someone is not okay. You can be respectful. Just be supportive. And I know sometimes it's like, hey, they're just admins. But try and listen to the person's feelings without judging them, and just listen to them. The next thing that we really, really encourage our Cubs, our students, and our faculty and staff is to connect this person, whether they're students or adults, to a trusting adult. That would be like a principal, a teacher, a counselor. If you're at home, because sometimes things happen at home, and you cannot reach a school counselor, you can let a parent, a guardian, an aunt, just an adult that we need help. And last but not least, we can also be safe by empowering the person to call a crisis hotline or to reach out for help. So we do have the 988 crisis hotline. So you can call, you can text this number, because there's professionals, specialists there to help anybody who is not okay. So this is our ribbon. And remember that you do matter. And then last but not least, we can just be kind. Remember, we talked whenever we're going to lessons that for some of us, it's hard to be kind to others. But you can reach out if you're having a hard time being kind to others, putting yourselves in somebody else's shoes, because it's important that you realize that your words matter. The way you look at people matter. The way maybe, it's because we were talking about my friend, but your actions do matter. So remember to be empathetic. And so that is our monthly just reminder for National Suicide Prevention Month. Okay, so whoa, that was a lot. Now we're back to our STL Live lesson. So we can continue for our PBIS check-in. Now remember, Cubs, it is super important that you check in. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes so that you tell us how you are feeling today. I know it's Monday. I know some of us are tired, but it's okay. You can check in, and then remember to add a comment so that we can help you. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple minutes, and then we'll check on our Cubs. So thank you, Cups, for checking in. I do know there's a couple of us who are checking in as tired or sad. I get it. It's okay. We all have that feeling, but we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. So thank you for checking in, and we will continue with our topic. So remember, August, we talked about self-awareness. September, I know September with testing and this and that, it's a little hard. But if we don't touch on a topic, we will come back to it because we still have the rest of the year. So we will be talking about diversity appreciation, appreciating who we are, the differences that we have amongst each other. So that is our topic for today. And we have our Rethink It video that talks about diversity appreciation.
Humans are social beings. This means that we need others to meet our basic survival needs and even to reach our full potential. But we are also individuals who see, hear, think, and feel from our own perspectives. Perspective is how we see people, places, and events from our own point of view. Our perspectives are a result of our individual experiences, feelings, thoughts, motivations, and intentions. You've probably experienced a situation when you and a friend remembered an argument differently. It doesn't necessarily mean that one of you was incorrect, only that both saw the argument from your own perspective. Since we all experience the world differently, to understand and connect with others in a meaningful way, we need to develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy requires imagining what it would feel like to be in another person's place. We're all born with the capacity to empathize, and like many things, our ability to empathize is not fixed. With practice, we can build our empathy skills and become stronger at seeing from another person's perspective. Let's look at some strategies for developing our empathy. First, step out of your comfort zone. If being empathetic means that you have the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, then it makes sense that you can develop empathy skills by expanding your own experiences. Putting yourself in a situation where you're the new person in a group can help you understand what it feels like for the new student that just started at your school. Or trying a new hobby or sport can help you understand what it feels like to struggle with a new skill. Of course, we can never know exactly what someone else feels, but stepping out of our own comfort zone to experience new and challenging things can help us relate to a broader range of experiences. Next, listen and learn. Building empathy requires learning about others. When we don't know someone personally, our brain might seek to categorize and make assumptions based on our previous experiences. To build empathy, push past this automatic response by getting curious. Ask people questions and learn from their responses. To really understand how someone feels, we need to hear their perspectives and their words. Finally, to build empathy, we need to connect with others. It's often easy to build a friend group around people who are like us. To build empathy, connect with all kinds of people. Seek out relationships with people who have experiences and perspectives different from your own. The more diverse your friend group, the more you can learn about others' experiences and the many different perspectives that people can have. Empathy connects us and challenges us to see the world from different perspectives. Challenging ourselves to step out of our comfort zone, listen and learn, and connect with others not only develops our empathy, but increases our ability to connect with others on a deeper level, helping us build more meaningful relationships.
back. I am back. I'm so used to having my partner, but it's okay. So we want to challenge you to connect with others. No, we don't like to come out of our comfort zone. I know, guys, it is really, really hard. So Mistress Barsa selected an awesome, awesome activity for us today. And our activity is diversity bingo. It's like, what are we going to do, miss? So Mistress Barsa did set up in our Google Classroom for your school counseling a link. So you're gonna go into your Google Classroom for school counseling, and then you're gonna click on the link. You're gonna be able to create and generate a bingo card. So before we give you time, you will have time. Teachers, it is entirely up to you. We prefer for students to individually pull out their Chromebooks and go into that Google Classroom link that Mr. Esparza set up so that they can get a bingo card. Now, we want students to step out of their comfort zone to get to connect with others, talk to others. So once you get your bingo card, we want you all to, hopefully, we're not in a small class or too big of a class. Go around and ask students and find someone that is maybe left-handed. And so you would just click, and then you have to collect more of these bingo squares. So yes, you can go ahead and select the free one because that is free. But we want you to have those conversations, get to know people that, hey, has anybody been to New York? Hey, does anybody speak more than one language? Hey, is there someone who maybe is on the football team, on the volleyball team? So we will have the rest of the den time class period so that you can engage in this diversity bingo and get to connect and maybe empathize with others for this week's topic. So thank you, Cubs. We appreciate your time and see you out there. Bye. Have fun. ya hasta ahí llegamos. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, Cubs. I am solo today, but it is okay. We are at our last September SEL live lesson. So welcome, welcome. I know it's mostly 6th grade and a couple 7th graders. So welcome, welcome. I hope you all had a good weekend. I hope you are all, I know a couple of us are tired, but we're hanging in there because next week, officially, intercession. Some of us will be here, others will be at home. But yes, Mr. Esparza is not here today, but it is okay because he did come up with awesome activities for our SEL live lesson today. So we're going to go ahead and start. So today, September 23rd, 2024, our competency for the month is still social awareness. And then our topic for today is diversity appreciation. And that is officially the start of our SEL life lesson. So it's just appreciating how we are all different and who we are. And I'm getting a call. I don't know if somebody cannot log in. Can we text Ms. Reyes? Hopefully we can get that squared. So remember that we need to appreciate each and every one of us because we're all different. We all come from different backgrounds, different homes, different situations, and that's what makes us unique in our own way. So the quote that Mr. Esparza selected for today is, when we listen and celebrate what is both common and different, we become wiser, we become more inclusive, and a better organization. So when we look at this quote by Pat Wadors, we really want to make sure and emphasize that we have to listen. I know that's sometimes hard. And we have to celebrate our differences, what makes us unique, so that we become wiser, so that we become more inclusive for everyone, and just better overall. So we're live and things happen. So it's super important that we say, you know what, we're not the same. We might not think the same, and that's okay because we just need to appreciate who we are. We are closing the month of September, and we will be touching base on National Suicide Prevention Month. So Mr. Esparza and I went into classes. We talked about David's Law. And speaking of David's Law, and how David lost his life, my 6th graders who also told me, you know what, miss, not just David, but there's more students, more teenagers losing their lives to suicide, like Aubrey Wyatt. Thank you, 6th graders, for informing me and letting me learn from you all. So suicide is super important that we touch base and that we educate our Cubs, our teachers, what we can do or how we can help and support each other. So before we do our PBIS check-in, Mr. Salazar, we want to just go over some information for our Cubs. So when we talk about what we can do or how we can spread awareness on this topic, it's super important that we realize that when someone is not okay, there are warning signs that maybe they're displaying, like maybe withdrawing or feeling isolated, someone that just wants to be alone, they don't want to hang out with their friends, their family members. So when we talk about these warning signs, it can be students, it can be adults, it can be family members, it can be neighbors. So these are just good to keep in mind. Maybe when someone is expressing feelings of not feeling hope, no tienen esperanza de nada, they don't have a reason to live. That's another warning sign. Maybe they're using negative coping skills. So remember, we have our positive coping skills and our negative coping skills. So if you see that someone is increasing the use of alcohol or drugs as a negative coping skills, that's a warning sign that they're not okay. Maybe the person is talking about being a burden to others. Ay, es que soy una carga para todos. Soy una carga para mi familia. Puede ser una indicación, una señal de advertencia para nosotros, para saber que ellos no están bien. Maybe, and this, it's super important that we talk about this at Clint ISD. When a student is searching for information about methods of suicide, that is a warning sign that our district takes really, really serious. So whenever we have students searching, it's super important that you're careful with your searches, because if you're trying to spell a word and you're like, securely just send a message and they contact our administrators, our principals, and then they have us check in on you. So teachers, it is super, super important that if your class is maybe working on a research project or they have an assignment related to suicide or learning more about suicide, if teachers, you can just give us a heads up, you know what, my class is working on this, so that when the principals get an alert, we kind of know what's going on in your class. So we appreciate that help. Another warning sign is if someone is giving away their most valuable objects or items. It's like, why are you getting rid of this that's super, super important to you? And then last but not least, another warning sign is whenever we have people or someone talking about wishing to harm themselves. So remember, these are warning signs that can let us know to check in on a person, or you know what, this person is not okay. Can someone, an adult, talk to this person? I know that sometimes my students tell me, Miss, but what if it's the weekend and I identify a warning sign? What can I do? If it's the weekend, remember 6th grade, you can let someone at home know. You can dial 911. You can say, you know what, it's the weekend. I don't have my teacher. I can't tell anybody, but I can seek help with law enforcement. So we do have students who have dialed 911 and they explain, you know what, I'm just concerned about my friend. Even if you don't know their address, even if you don't know their parents' name, the law enforcement agents have a method or ways to say, okay, what school are you at? And they can get information to check in on the person. Even if it's an adult, yes, it's important that we reach out. So what can we do to help someone who is not okay? We can follow the Lions way. We can be responsible. And by you just learning about the warning signs, identifying the warning signs is something you can do to help someone who is not okay. Another thing you can do is be respectful. So just be supportive. Listen to the person, whether it is a student or an adult. Listen to them in a way that they do not feel judged for how they're feeling. The next thing you can do, you can be safe by connecting the person to a trusting adult, whether it is a teacher, a principal, a school counselor, a parent, a guardian, an adult, so that they know how to help you help them. Last but not least, you can empower the person who is not okay to call a crisis hotline like the 988 lifeline. So you can call this number, you can text this number. Someone, a specialist, is there on the other side of the screen of the phone to make sure that they get resources or this help that maybe this person really, really needs. So we do have the ribbon with purple and blue, because it's super, super important that you remember that you matter. You matter to your teachers, you matter to your family members, you matter to me. And last but not least, you can just be kind. You can be kind to others. Remember that empathy does go a long way, and that is putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. It does matter the way you speak to people. It matters the way you look at people. It matters what you say about others. So please remember to treat each other with kindness. And if you're having a hard time being kind to others, please let us know so we can help you with resources. So I know that was a lot. It was a lot. But now we're going back to our SCL live lesson. So remember, if someone is not okay, you can reach out and we will help them get the help they need. So I will give you a couple minutes to check in with your school counselors. Tell us how you feel. I know that it's Monday, I have allergies, But it's okay. So you can check in. Remember to write us a comment if you need to speak to a counselor so that we can help you in a timely manner. And we will be back. I will be back. And I'm back. Oh, I wanted to do it at the same time. No me salió. And we're back. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for writing comments. We truly, truly appreciate so we know how soon we have to talk to students. So we still have some time if you haven't checked in. I know there's a delay. So please make sure you check in before the end of dead time. So September, our competency is social awareness, and our topic is diversity appreciation. So remember, August, we talked about self-awareness. September, it's like, whoa, what happened? Things just happen. Holidays happen sometimes, or loteria with grandparents happen. But no worries, if we do not touch on a topic, we will come back to it because we still have the rest of the year. So today, we'll talk about diversity appreciation, appreciating who we are and our differences. So we do have our video from Breathing It, and then we will come back with our fun activity.
Humans are social beings. This means that we need others to meet our basic survival needs and even to reach our full potential. But we are also individuals who see, hear, think, and feel from our own perspectives. Perspective is how we see people, places, and events from our own point of view. Our perspectives are a result of our individual experiences, feelings, thoughts, motivations, and intentions. You've probably experienced a situation when you and a friend remembered an argument differently. It doesn't necessarily mean that one of you was incorrect, only that both saw the argument from your own perspective. Since we all experience the world differently, to understand and connect with others in a meaningful way, we need to develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy requires imagining what it would feel like to be in another person's place. We're all born with the capacity to empathize, and like many things, our ability to empathize is not fixed. With practice, we can build our empathy skills and become stronger at seeing from another person's perspective. Let's look at some strategies for developing our empathy. First, step out of your comfort zone. If being empathetic means that you have the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, then it makes sense that you can develop empathy skills by expanding your own experiences. Putting yourself in a situation where you're the new person in a group can help you understand what it feels like for the new student that just started at your school. Or trying a new hobby or sport can help you understand what it feels like to struggle with a new skill. Of course, we can never know exactly what someone else feels, but stepping out of our own comfort zone to experience new and challenging things can help us relate to a broader range of experiences. Next, listen and learn. Building empathy requires learning about others. When we don't know someone personally, our brain might seek to categorize and make assumptions based on our previous experiences. To build empathy, push past this automatic response by getting curious. Ask people questions and learn from their responses. To really understand how someone feels, we need to hear their perspectives and their words. Finally, to build empathy, we need to connect with others. It's often easy to build a friend group around people who are like us. To build empathy, connect with all kinds of people. Seek out relationships with people who have experiences and perspectives different from your own. The more diverse your friend group, the more you can learn about others' experiences and the many different perspectives that people can have. Empathy connects us and challenges us to see the world from different perspectives. Challenging ourselves to step out of our comfort zone, listen and learn, and connect with others not only develops our empathy, but increases our ability to connect with others on a deeper level, helping us build more meaningful relationships.
And I'm back. Más o menos. I'm working on it. So in our Rethink It video, we did look at how can we just get out of our comfort zone, get to know other people, how different we are. So Mr. Esparza has an awesome activity. So we're going to look at how are we going to complete this diversity bingo. So Mr. Esparza did have set up in our school counseling Google Classroom an activity where you can just click on that link and it's going to generate this diversity bingo card. So you can just click on the free one and then you'll be marked off. So teachers, it is entirely up to you if you want to have your students get up with their Chromebooks and talk to other people so that they can find someone who is left-handed, or maybe someone that speaks more than one language, or who in here has been to New York. I know that some teachers, because of the size, the class size, it's like, what if we do it all together? So it is entirely up to you how you want to do this so that we get to know and get out of our comfort zone, share a little bit about ourselves, maybe learn something new about each other, because we have to remember that we're all different and we just have to be empathetic and learn from each other. Maybe you'll find something interesting. So we will have the rest of den time so that you can complete your diversity bingo. And then you can come up to Mr. Esparza or myself and maybe tell us something about a unique Christmas tradition that you have. So this is to engage and learn to be more accepting and appreciative of each other and just how diverse we are. So thank you, Cubs. We will see you later. I hope you have a good week.